Hey, peace, everybody. Welcome to the Flight Room Podcast with Flight Room TV. This is episode number 69. I'm Lighthouse. I'm here today with Remy, please. It's the two of us for right now. The other guy should be joining shortly. But today we just going to get into some topics, man. Look like this is going to be the relationship podcast today because a lot of these topics deal with relationships. But let's start with right now we all know the divorce rate is pretty high, as out of control. But to add to it, now we got people out here having divorce parties. And also with PSAs letting the streets know that they back and ready to do whatever. So y'all like what's going on, man? What's up with these divorce parties? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the divorce rates being at an all-time high, that's a bad sign for society, but people celebrating failed relationships. So I'm curious, what's this phenomenon about? Like, what you think, Remy? Where is all this coming from, man? Is this a new thing? I never heard of it. I just heard of this a couple days ago. Is this a new thing?
I mean, I've seen it before in the past. And I mean, we can peel this onion several ways, this topic. But I don't know. If you were like that down bad in the relationship, like, should you be celebrating? Like, is that pie in the face for you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was that bad and you do need to celebrate getting out that situation. Like, you don't know what's happening behind closed doors. It could have been violent, could have been, abusive, could have been, emotionally distressful. But for you to jump on, I mean, of course, like party planners and stuff like that, they eating, so if you can market that, cool. But I forgot my train of thought. But yeah, I mean, if you celebrated like out in the open, it's kind of like a big fuck you to your ex, situation. So were you planning it the whole time? I don't know. There's many ways you can like peel this onion. So
yeah, I mean, I'd look at it like, something like that. You might want to just keep that to yourself. I don't know if that's something there was a time and place where getting a divorce was like shameful. Like, you ain't want people to know that you had turmoil going on in your family. You had turmoil going on in your relationship, because whether it was the other person's fault or not, it still was a negative reflection upon you. But like, it seems nowadays, just in general, a failed relationship is almost a celebration. It's like almost every time, a girl break up with a dude, her friends are celebrating that shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, congratulations. Yeah. It's like, congratulations, y'all failed. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's literally be the messaging. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, just curious as to, why the celebration of failed relationships. I think, and then just putting yourself out there like that, letting everybody know you for the streets now is like, what positivity is going to come out of that? You know what I'm saying? You might end up in another chaotic situation because you attracting, a bunch of motherfuckers who may not have your best intentions at heart. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's something you want to just, we broke up, now I'm ready for whatever. Like that seemed kind of crazy to me, but, I guess to each his own, man. But I some shit ain't worth celebrating to me. That's some shit you might need to go see some counseling or something like that. Go see some therapy, like, what I'm saying. Deal with it like that privately, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a one-on-one relationship between just the two of y'all. So you know what I'm saying. So deal with that shit on your own, but inviting other people in there, then you got other people patting you on the back. Then you're gonna go to a new relationship. That relationship don't work out, and it's like, oh well,
Right.
fuck it. I know people gonna support me, celebrate me, regardless of you know what I'm saying, what happens with this relationship. It's like it's enabling people to continue to further have failed relationship because there's like no
Something to look forward
consequence to
to.
it. Yeah, there's no consequences to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, well, I could have been the most trash partner in the world and the relationship ended. Like I could have been the reason the relationship ended, and I'm still getting celebrated for a failed relationship. Like what kind of shit is that? Like you could be the trash partner, y'all break up, but because you got friends who support you regardless, now you having a party, and it was your fault the relationship ain't working. Like I don't know, you know, that's shit sound I don't know, that shit sound a little crazy to me. You know?
Yeah, but
There's no,
I mean,
based on saying there's no accountability in this. There's no accountability at all in that type of shit. None.
and then the whole social media aspect. Of course, I mean, if it was like me, and I had a failed relationship, like I'm not gonna throw a celebration. I'm gonna probably, maybe I don't know, hit the bar with a couple of my guys. Sit down, have a drink, talk about the shit. But you never gonna see any of my woes on social media at
Yeah.
all, because that's at the end of the day, that's a chink in your armor. How many people you think that was probably planning on your demise now seeing that shit being confirmed? So
yeah, exactly. And you never know, you might have had your partner planning on this divorce party for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And they looking forward to that shit like a marriage. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Or like a wedding. I mean, so
or even the people in attendance was probably even
and they in
praying
on
on
it,
that shit.
and then not even
Yeah.
just that. It might have been a situation where y'all might have had a fracture in your relationship, and now her friends is getting in her ear. You know what I'm saying? And now they all plotting against you. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, y'all relationship done, and the same people you was high fiving, hugging, and came to the dinner party, hugged the kids, kissed the kids on the cheek, and all that other shit. And these are the same niggas at the divorce party celebrating, and you happy, your friends happy, your kids are suffering. You know what I'm saying? Because now they got a broken household. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody focusing on themselves. Ain't nobody focusing on the bigger picture. So. Like I said, what's the incentive? This is what I'm saying. What's the incentive of trying to make the relationship work if you get celebrated for the failure? There's no incentive to make it work because you still gonna win regardless.
Yeah, in your eyes.
In your eyes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no accountability in that at all.
Yeah, you can't look yourself. Yeah. But shit, man, it's the social media age. Like everything is upfront. People showing what they eating, what they feeling, even though it could be dead ass wrong. Not saying this situation is wrong. Any situation, you could be dead ass wrong. You posted it, just looking for that affirmation.
The
Yeah,
validation. Yeah.
yeah. The saying, oh yeah, somebody does agree with me, even though it's in the minority. Somebody does agree with me, even though it's wrong. Somebody does agree with me. Or they might not even be agreeing with you. They just want to agree with you because it's you, and that's their way in.
That's what and like I said, that same person who's having a divorce party might have actually been the reason the relationship ended. But then they post their party online. Now they getting likes, they getting comments. Yeah, you go, girl. Yeah, leave. Fuck that nigga. Like all that shit. And now she's thinking that he was actually wrong, and she ain't do nothing wrong. And then she gonna go into another relationship thinking she just the shit in relationships because it's always the dude's fault. You know what I'm saying? And she's not gonna be able to see it's her.
What if it was one of your fellas and you got an invite to go to his divorce party?
I'm not participating in that shit. I would tell you, like, bro, what are you doing? Don't do no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not a divorce party. If you're saying, hey, let's just go get some drinks and we on like some humble, like just chilling,
right.
Chop it
up, yeah.
Chop it up, talk about it. Like if you just need like a little counseling session or whatever, like that's cool. But a full-blown celebration, like, nah, I wouldn't want to be a part of that shit. Because I'm celebrating somebody's failure. Like, nah, bro. I'm not going to celebrate your failure. Like, if you went through some shit and you need somebody to support you, have your back, that's different. But to celebrate it, nah, I can't do that shit. I mean, I don't think I'm assuming most dudes wouldn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not like that.
I mean, you probably be surprised. This day and age, just a lot of
shit. Backward shit, niggas swinging pinatas and shit like at a fucking divorce party. Like you know what I'm saying? Like how crazy does that sound? That shit. That shit is wild, man. But that's how I look at shit, man. I think everything ain't for everybody. Everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, it ain't for me. Just I don't know. I be like back and forth against social media all the time. It's of course it's a wonderful tool if you're trying to push. Like that's like what my biggest thing about getting back on social media, like fully like embracing it again. Like if it's not making me money or it's not push me in that direction, I really don't want to be on that shit whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, it's all about I don't know if you gotta guard your guard your peace. I feel like you got to protect your peace, and how important you think protecting your peace is. And for the most part, would you rather be right on the subject matter, or would you rather just protect your peace in general?
Um, it depends. So this question, I'm thinking that we talking about in like terms of a relationship, right?
It
Because
could
I know this,
be, I guess,
right?
like
Because
all,
I know I get
or
because
just
I mean,
like encounters for real, because you could probably get in spats or arguments at work, wanting to keep it real. Um, even I can see it even like on a neighbor level. Like if my neighbor is a wild ass, somebody, and uh, I'd rather just turn the other cheek instead of having a disgruntled neighbor or some shit like that. It could be anything. I think.
yeah, I know what you mean. Like that. I think especially like in relationships, you might have a disagreement with your partner, and you be
Mhm.
like, man, is this really worth the argument
Right.
right now? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like maybe I
Even though
might
I'm
want
right,
to,
it's like
even though I'm right, the proving that I'm right to you is going to cause a bigger issue. So it'd be like, what? Maybe I'm just going,
Mhm.
I know I'm right as long as I know I'm right. I guess
Mhm.
that's all that matters at the end of the day. But yeah, what's more important though? I think protecting your peace is always more important. Proving you're right, I think that has an underlying of ego in it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So I think protecting your peace is always more important because a lot of times being right really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just some sort of self gratification that you get out of being right. But outside of that, it ain't really that important. I think protecting your peace is number one, definitely.
I would agree, and I also
But
think
I
like
do think. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I also think like that knowing you're right though, and still letting them have their whatever disagreement it is, um just walking around knowing that you're right and still keeping it cool and copacetic, and you still logging all that in like, oh, I've been right here, I've been right here. Now it's like building, I don't know what I'm trying to say, it's like building a fuck it, I don't know. Yeah, it's like you just collecting. I don't know, for me, because like I always I don't forget shit, so I'm gonna remember all these times I'm right, and it's kind of like uh it it just, I don't know, I get tired of punting, so it kind of builds up, and I kind of like I have outbursts. I'm like, you know what, young, fuck this shit. The peace ain't gonna be kept today. So I always put that shit in the back of my head. I've been right here. I've been right here. I've been right here. I've been letting you fucking rock with this. I've been letting you rock with that. And then when it's time for me to like when that shit's at the top and that shit boils out, like I can't. I'm like, you know what? Fuck all this shit. All that shit comes out for me.
Yeah. Also, I mean, sometimes you just gotta get it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like even
Yeah.
when because sometimes you be like, man, I'm just going, I don't feel like the beef right now. I'm just going, whatever. I'm right, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But then, sometimes it's like, nah, you gonna fucking know that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm right, and it is what it is. You're willing to, deal with the scars and the battle, and the bruises of the battle and shit. But sometimes it's necessary too. But peace is definitely more important.
And then
What
still
you go?
after that, and then still after blowing up, I'm like, damn, was that shit even worth it? So
Yeah, yeah. What you got? What you got on there, Al? What you think?
Yeah. Um. Me, I don't like to argue. I don't like to argue. I don't like. And I think as I'm starting to get older, I damn sure don't like to even debate a lot of different things. I stopped debating sports and all that shit too. But I damn sure don't even like. I think it's more important for me to protect my peace. But at the same time, like Remy just said, like and like you just said, like that shit definitely gonna spill over and that shit gonna boil over and like hot milk boiling on the stove, that shit gonna spill out. So yeah. That probably wasn't
And
a great
another
analogy.
thing. And another thing.
Hey,
And
don't be the worst. when you walk away, and something else hits your head, you be like, you know what?
Do I say it? Fuck it. It's already said. I already started.
I don't like your scrambled eggs. But yeah, protect your peace. Well, I think with everything, especially, I don't know, just like when you have to see the person every day, you know, you got to have like these, you know, passing relationships or work relationships or anything. You got to protect your peace because you don't want it to affect different parts of your life.
Yeah.
So what's the balance? How do we balance this? Do we balance this?
Right.
Man, I think it's normally what we usually always say is like everything is situational. You just gotta, you know, some situations it might be better just to let it slide, and some situations is you know better to, you know, prove your point. It's all, you know, what's more important, what matters the most, where you at, what you doing, shit like that. You know.
Yeah, my father used to always say that shit. Especially like watching his mother and father go through arguments or debates or whatever growing up, and he would like his father would always just sit back every once in a while, and then every time, I mean, there'd be times where he would be like, "All right, now that's enough," and that was like the end of the conversation. And that's what grandma knew, like it was supposed to end or what have you. But for the most part, I guess he was always trying to protect his peace, and then like every once in a while he'll prove his shit right. So
yeah. I think that's just part of the game. That's how it goes, you know. That's just how it is, you know. Because I'll say, I think when the in the relationship, when the dude is the one that's more like, you know, God prove his point, I think that makes it worse. You know what I'm saying? Because usually the guys are usually the ones that's just kind of trying to chill. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like basically it's fire with fire if you the type of dude that be trying to, like, you know.
But why is that okay? And some females would be like, you know, I just be having my mood swings. You guys excuse me. You know what I said yesterday? I was kind of tripping and blah, blah, blah. But like when you blow up, you was like, something's always wrong with you and shit like that. But you was talking about balancing shit out. I'm looking at this peace symbol and I'm like, is that like, what does that shit mean? Like, is that like type of balance or something? Like, what is the peace? I want to like know the meaning about the peace symbol. Like, cause it's like symmetrical, but it's not.
Right.
That probably has something to do with
it. Yeah. I never even thought about that.
Just seeing it there.
You missed the topic, but what you think about divorce parties and shit? Because we was talking about that. To me, that's like a new phenomenon. But like, where you think that came from, or like, what's your thoughts on that whole thing?
I don't know. So I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like them Jones, like they used to have them Jones, not necessarily have them, but they celebrated, or I saw something like that on like TV or something, maybe like on Girlfriends or one of those episodes and shit. But then we know how everything is just magnified now, right? You know what I mean? Like everything is magnified. Like, so it was probably happening back then. And so the same thing that was happening back then is happening now. But at the same time, it's magnified because we have social media, and the same way everybody posts everything else, they definitely post that, you know what I'm saying, I'm at a divorce party, or my friend just got divorced, or I just got divorced and I'm back on the market. And I guess at the same time, like, I mean, even like with Trip, I mean, on a different scale, but like when people break up, like you're able to see like it in real time, especially the way things play out on social media when people like delete all the pictures and all the photos of their significant other or their spouse or what have you. And so like that is like the quote unquote opening for people to opportunity or to share their interests, or express interest, I'll say, or even just let the world know that it's going on. But like I've seen it. I am starting to see a growing trend of maybe not divorce parties, but definitely the separations and like the announcements of separations. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like sometimes it's an amicable separation, but at the same time, it's the announcement that makes it. I don't know if it makes it weird or if it just makes it different, because it's so new. It's like, I don't know.
I mean, I say even back in the day, like if you broke up with somebody, like you would have to go out your way to like find new people to date. Now all y'all can break up 5 minutes ago. You be like, I'm single and got 30 niggas in your DMs like that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even gotta leave the house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this
It's 30
not the
niggas
same.
being with.
And no, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So man.
Would you, all right,
but I mean, I wonder if it's also
if tomorrow one of your boys have a divorce and having a party, you going?
So look, boom. Think like, wasn't it Think Like a Man? I know y'all probably don't watch this shit, but it was Think Like a Man with Kevin Hart was going through a divorce with was it Wendy Williams or whatever? And they had like the divorce party, and he ended up going to the strip club with all his boys. Mm-hmm. And he was like you know what I'm saying? He there was a divorce party. So yeah, I would go. I mean, I think it'd be weird. Matter of fact, I don't know, because it's celebrating.
That's what I was saying. That's what I said earlier. I don't feel like weird celebrating a failed relationship. I would feel weird about that. But if it was, like I said, if it was something in support and counsel, like, you know what I'm saying, try to, help you keep your head up, that's different. But if we out here just like having a great time because your relationship failed, that feel weird as shit. That feel weird.
But at the same time, I guess at the same time, your boy, hypothetically speaking, your boy might need that. Your boy might need just that, like that night out and night that I don't necessarily know how you call it a divorce party, because that's what throws it off, because it's like the celebration of divorce, and like as opposed to like just a celebration of a night out. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a guy's night out, you know what I'm saying? Like you can go out and you can celebrate, and like you can provide that support, and that also that ability to just relax, release, and enjoy, you know what I'm saying, the night, pause, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, like actually having a quote unquote title tied to it. But at the same time, you already know how things go, and like life situations go, whereas though you actually got to have like an actual, or you don't have to, but to plan something sometimes nowadays you actually got to have like a set date and set time and everything like that. So it might actually have to be like a day and time. So I don't know.
Lisa Bell says she loves a good divorce party. Is that only like a
I ain't had that yet.
Yeah, obviously that's a female thing.
Yeah, man, and that's another thing. I feel bad though, because when you friends, you become friends with the other half. So if they see you celebrating they shit getting fucked up, I feel bad about that. Yeah, I thought about that too.
We kind of mentioned that. Yeah, we mentioned that a little bit. It's like, I became friends, and then you came over my house, hugged the kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids and then I see you celebrating the real. I'm like, I thought this was my friend. You celebrating?
right,
like,
dog.
I thought you really, like.
Once I saw that, I thought about Paul and Rhea. What if I did some shit like that to Paul? Like, what if that happened? I'm like, nah, I don't know, man. I met your pops and shit. It was a good vibe. We were in Jamaica, babe. Like, I can't just go back like, divorce party, fuck all that. I don't know.
See, and that's the thing. That's the thing, though, because like at the same time, and not Paul, but at the same time, if you got like a friend or something that always comes around, that always comes around, and like literally every time he always comes around, and I guess this is where I kind of sort of understand it. But like if it's a friend that always comes around, and like literally every time he comes around, he's like, dog, like I needed to get out the fucking house. Like she was just X, Y, and Z. Like she not doing X, Y, and Z. Like X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And like the list goes on and on and on. And then like I understand like we built a bond, like us building a bond with the female. But at the same time, it's like, all right, we gotta support our bro. And like I guess maybe this wasn't the right relationship for him. And like maybe God had something better.
He was our friend first.
I don't know.
Right. That's just one of them things. Yeah, but still, it's just one of them things in the back of my head. I can hear him like, I knew I didn't like that motherfucker. I never liked him because of the like shit like that. It's like, damn, I ain't do nothing. Still got fucked up in the game.
Lisa said, stop marrying the wrong person.
Hey, that's true too. Stop rushing into that shit. That's actually a good. Yeah.
The signs be there before you even go down that path. Like, you be knowing what you're dealing with. You be knowing what you're dealing with.
Do you think like that kind of runs in the people in the same boat, like the people that be rushed to get married for all the right reasons to probably put it on social media, are the same people that's getting divorce parties to put it on social media.
Yeah, I
stuff
got
like
that's
that.
a good point. I think those might be the same
Yeah,
people. Yeah,
yeah, because it's all attention based. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
Whether it's good attention, bad attention, it's attention at the same time.
Right.
And you be surprised how many people are stimulated by shit like that.
Like,
I,
Just getting
I,
attention, outside influence and
like,
shit.
look
You
how
know?
eventful my life is going.
I seen
Right.
I forgot the where I exactly quote from, but it was like people would rather be hated than be ignored. You know what I'm saying? So negative attention is better than none. You know what I'm saying? You can just look it up. I'm trying to tell you that joint makes sense, bro.
No, I do. I was trying to think about it.
No, it does.
I was just trying to process it before.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I just don't want people to, like, we're talking about divorce parties, just become a program and people just really be numb to it. It's almost like, oh yeah, I get divorced, but if I'm having shit, I'm having a divorce party anyway, bitch. We can just Like, I don't want it to be like that, man. Like, we should be in marriages to sustain and build and
You know
like
what?
look forward.
Can't
Exactly.
no dude do that shit. Can't no dude do that shit because then like you starting to flex like that, like, oh yeah, we're gonna need all that alimony. He got money to throw a party. Y'all got fucking open bar and
Exactly.
shit like that too. Yeah,
Just
run
be
that check.
careful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You gotta be careful with these things. You are right.
And the craziest part is like, all right, so we're celebrating once again. I know we celebrate the wedding and everything like that, and so we celebrate a divorce party. Do we also celebrate do we truly celebrate like people's anniversaries? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people who have been married for a significant amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Do we actually like celebrate their like 5-year, 10-year, 15-year anniversaries? Do outside parties celebrate the wedding? I mean the bride and grooms.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
Good point. Yeah, so why would they support
That's
that?
a great point.
This is expected.
Yeah. And I mean, you're right. And unless there are a couple like those, like, oh, it's our 10-year anniversary party. You know what I'm saying? But the outside people don't go out their way to support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
but
And-
I agree.
And just like you said, it's expected to fail. They ain't worried about no longevity. Like, shit's expected not to last. It's 50% divorce rate, right?
It's higher than that, I think, bro.
Like 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure it's like 50. Last time I checked, it was 50. I don't want to just.
What?
Yeah, man. People don't stay together.
Okay, Lisa. Lisa is throwing all her guy friends at a divorce party if they want one. She celebrated anything my couple friends want to, but that's just her. All right.
Still a good friend.
Yeah.
Hell of a friend. Are you celebrating their anniversaries? I'm about to start getting my friends. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start getting my friends anniversaries and put it on the calendar, and that way I can start sending them shit.
I actually like that idea.
Myself.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Give them like a little 5-year, 10-year stuff. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. That's rare these days.
I don't even gotta do the celebration. I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying. The present or the gift or the thoughtfulness of the gift could be better at the 5-year and the 10-year, but I think we could also do something every year too, you know? Because I mean, even every year is a celebration too. So I like that shit.
Yeah,
I might be
these past couple of years have been rough. These COVID years, that count for like 2 years almost. Shit, rough.
I'm trying to find a divorce rate. It said Corona 2020 was 44.3.
Okay. I could see that too, man. That's when you really found out. Like, damn, I married this. Home all day.
Stinking.
Get to really know a motherfucker. Yep.
Smacking.
You ever heard how your people talk about people at their job? That should be funny.
Day and night.
Yeah, that's funny.
And how you just call them like, all right, fuck that shit.
Yeah, because it's like projecting their stress too.
Yeah, I can't really find an exact number. It's too many stats.
44 is good though, especially for like last year. That's pretty. That's accurate.
It's not good, but
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Like, damn, that's half. For real.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's jump back on the topic before y'all came on here. This whole protecting your peace. Like, so me and Lighthouse spoke on it. And Al, you chimed in a little bit. But what's more important to you, P? Proving yourself right or protecting your peace? And also people over there watching in the comments.
Yeah, man. All right, I'm definitely gonna say protecting my peace, but there's points sometimes you just have to make. Sometimes, for people to understand, like for shit to sink in. Like, I'm talking about valuable points, life lesson type shit, not just like an argument. Who gonna do dishes, that dumbass shit. Because I feel like that's like an empty calorie. I don't even argue if it's not gonna instill a lesson or something at the end of the shit. I don't even want to like waste my time. You got it for real. You got it. Because I just don't have it in me anymore. So yeah, protecting the peace is serious, man. Yeah. And then again, even proving you're right. Who's to say you're right though?
Me.
A lot of shit. Man, it all depends on the subject, man. That's hard. But like I said, I protect the peace regardless. Like I don't have to be right. Although I'm pretty, I don't talk much. So when I talk,
what's the point of knowing you're right if you can't express it?
Because sometimes people can't accept that they're wrong, or they don't even want to listen to the truth. It's hard for people to accept truth a lot of times too. And people are so opinionated these days; they feel like their opinion is true. So there's a lot of it's that too, that confrontation. That's why I say that. It's like, that's why I said an empty calorie. What are you working for? What you gonna get at the end of that shit? That's what I mean, man. Don't put in too much. You're not getting nothing.
I like that.
Yeah, man. Empty calorie. That's my new shit. But yeah, protect the peace, man. Protect the peace for real.
And I'm looking.
That'll keep your stress. That'll keep your stress together. Your mental together.
Shit, trying to prove you right. I have your ass up 2-3 o'clock in the morning, fucking arguing and shit. Like,
man, that's just like what's the movie we talked about? Mary and Malcolm. Yeah, you like that? Some toxic shit, man. Like, yeah,
perfect example.
Yeah.
You just gotta be right. Like you just.
And then you talking about stuff that ain't got. Yeah. And then you talking about shit that had nothing to do with the initial argument.
Nothing.
You want some whole other shit. Just
that's what I mean. People
trying to prove you're right all the time. Yeah.
And then the next day they cool. And next day all that shit was for nothing because it's all they slept on. Slept on that shit. Next day everything's straight.
But still, sometimes in arguments, people say things. You might not catch that shit in the argument, but you hear how people view you too. Because it gets to a point where the extension of the argument is past the shit. They just trying to hurt you. They're trying to throw a low blow so you can quit and not try to be right. They want to win the fight. So sometimes other things get brought into it. Yeah, other things get brought into it. And it's the worst when it's the relationship because they know shit about you that the outside world don't get to see on the daily.
Right.
So that shit always triggers you too. It's like, damn,
you got scared.
That's accurate. Don't nobody know that shit. I shouldn't have let her come with me for that shit. I'm telling you, man. It's real. Shouldn't let her see that shit.
Shouldn't let her see them skid marks in your draw.
Yup. I knew she was watching Thursday. Mm-hmm.
You weren't supposed to agree with me.
Boy, don't be eating them pistachios this week. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
This was a user submitted topic, and this kind of goes into this. This was from a few weeks ago. Why do people hate when you pull a them on them? Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Anybody?
I mean, pulling to them could be so many different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be, I can't even pinpoint it to anything. Like, it could be anything.
Like,
I thought about owing people money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they think you can get away with something that they always do, that's what I think it is.
Right. Yeah.
Why do people hate when you pull a them on them?
Because they want to be the ones to do it. I don't.
Right.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about me.
They can't look themselves. I don't know. They don't have the ability to self-reflect. I don't know.
I don't know if I would hate.
People
on
definitely do it though.
Something. Yeah, I think I would be more mad about somebody taking something cool from me and doing that shit. then some bullshit.
Oh, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, like something cool, trendy, or something. Maybe a lingo, just anything. You be like, hold on, motherfucker, what? That probably would, yeah. That
Like,
probably
like say you I don't know, like you always order something no matter what you getting to eat, you always order something for them. But when it's their time around and they don't do it, so the next time you don't do it and they get mad, like what the fuck, you ain't do it for me, so I'm gonna do it for you.
Right, I got you. But see, you fuck yourself up by doing that sometimes, because sometimes when you set that expectation, people expect that shit
every single time.
Yeah. So sometimes you can fuck yourself up too.
A lot of that comes from like when you doing shit for people and then you don't expect nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of get used to you, you know, always giving them stuff. So they kind of think that's like how our relationship works. Like, you do this for me and I don't have to give you nothing in return. And then the moment when you expect something in return, they be looking at you like, fuck is wrong with you? like you being a burden on them and some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, I know
that's what I mean.
Like if you let somebody borrow money all the time and then the one time you need fucking money, like they say no, and then when they ask you for money next time you say no, then they looking at you like you crazy because you told them no.
Right. Or even something as simple as like if and this is me, I'm not the type of person to text first. So if you're a person always the person to text first, you text first, and you be like, fuck it, I always text this motherfucker, I'm gonna let him text me. And then the motherfucker stop texting you, and then you get mad because you stop texting them. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, bro, I'm pulling you on you. Like, what the fuck?
Right. That's like the routine y'all was in though too.
Right.
You got comfortable with whoever hitting you up first, and then so that's the expectation now. And that is how people operate now too. Like, oh well, you ain't hit me up, so I ain't even think about it. Like, it's already over their head. Yeah. Like, they ain't about to make the effort on their end because you was always doing it before. So I don't know. It's just fucked up.
Well, shit.
And people don't like overthinking either, though. On that aspect, like,
just fucking text me.
Yeah. It's just about the action, man. It's about the if you thinking about making the action, just play on the action. Don't even think about it. Just play on the action.
All right, so let's switch this up. I got a good laugh coming up. Somebody sent over this Instagram link. I'm gonna go ahead and share it, and then we're gonna get y'all thoughts. But bear with me.
What you got us watching, man?
I don't know. One of y'all sent it.
Oh shit! It's probably about me, Brian.
It's about to be some wild shit.
Are they gonna make it? Y'all gonna make it?
That was bad already.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Now, you know, it's like the Potomac too.
Oh no. She's just getting whisked away.
She's fighting for her life.
Wow, I know.
She pushed it.
Damn. Oh.
Cheeks out.
Right.
Hell no.
So
a random dude.
Some random dude picked her up with her fucking ass out.
And do you know how strong water is though? Water like strong. For real. Like, why would you even try that, bro? Oh God.
Would you let a nigga fucking come to the rescue for your girl?
Maybe that was
both drowning. Fuck
what
that.
What if they all knew each other and that was like his sister or something?
I don't know. She was swinging pretty hard. Maybe. But he ain't come through. He definitely ain't come through.
I don't know. That definitely you know what I'm saying? That's gonna affect you for a couple of days, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That shit gonna affect you for a couple of days. Some nigga just gonna save your girl and shit. Like, hey, you
you remember the time?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
And that's traumatic too, because she looked like
That
she
is
was drowning. They both
Right.
was about to be some goners.
He
He was
ain't
trying
never
to save
gonna,
himself and still grab her. He didn't know what was going on.
he gonna have to protect his peace all the time because that's gonna be in her fucking back pocket, ready to
Oh, yeah.
fly on every argument.
You seen how
Forever.
she was already, when the nigga tried to pick her up, she started swinging her arms at him because she was already mad at his ass because he couldn't see.
Yup.
Yeah, she was.
So
Yup.
you already know that was going to be beef.
And there was a big nigga coming too, so I know he got her out of there.
The nigga,
I know he got her out.
nigga came, picked her up one arm, threw her on the fucking shoulder.
I know. Come on, girl.
And then she wrapped her legs around him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Comfy. That's what I mean.
She was real
Ooh,
comfy
that's-
on that one.
Right.
Yeah, that's a strange transaction, man. Dude still struggling through the water. Nah, nigga, I ain't got her. Get off him.
And you can tell he ain't really want him to save her because he was like real close.
Right.
Like, after the nigga picked, he was like, all right, okay, all right.
I got her now.
Yeah, I got it now. Okay, we good. Like,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Like, what is
That's
he
what you do
doing?
with those. Hey, thanks, bro.
Nah, I got it from here, Playboy.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the napkin.
I got
No,
so
but
many
that is one of
questions
those-
though. Like,
That's traumatic as shit, though. It is.
Yeah,
why,
it
why
is.
why were they trying to walk through? Why were they trying to walk through the Nile River? Like,
He was,
why were
because
they
he was
trying to walk through the Potomac?
He was trying to be a
Bruh.
hero. That nigga was trying to be a hero. He was like, "Yeah, watch when I do this shit. Watch."
And it also looked like the fire department is there just looking. I'm looking at it.
Whatever was happening, that water was flowing. It looked way too fast to be trying to just walk through there. I know that. And it was night. Hell nah. I can't even see.
You see him right there? That's the fire department, right?
Oh yeah, back there with the red lights.
With the big pants. Yeah, that's the fire department.
Y'all gonna make it? Oh my god.
They
With the
can't-
flash, yeah.
Oh, see that's so bad. He was trying to be strong in that current.
The crowd.
That's what made the girl mad. I bet. They almost ran to that car.
Oh nah, he didn't even know them. He didn't know them because the nigga had his back to him.
Oh.
Watch this pickup, though. Watch the
Right out of
pickup.
there.
He had to carry it like that.
He did it. I know. They're face to face.
If you pay attention,
Why are
if you
they
look-
face to face like
he
that?
wasn't even looking. If you look, the dude wasn't even looking. He was like having a conversation with some other people, and then somebody told him to look, and he turned around and he walked over and got him. So he ain't had nothing to do with them. That was like a random, like little joint.
Wow.
So yeah, bro.
Damn.
I don't know, but that's
He
rough.
saved a life.
Yeah, he saved a life.
He couldn't save her.
He fucked up that
The
relationship.
dude couldn't save her. Yeah, hey, it's fucked up.
That
When you
shit-
save a life, the gratitude after that is different. So, like I said, he had his chance, but she feeling away now.
Right. He could have.
And that's just fucking viral too, bruh.
It's over.
That's an L.
It's
Yeah, that's
over.
an L.
I
Is he-
doubt they still together today. Like if they
I
had
guarantee they not. I guarantee they not.
He could have
Yeah,
came
bro.
out the savior and went out like the goddamn. Mhm. But yeah, speaking about relationships, situationships. What are situationships? Are there any value in them? And why do people even put themselves in one? It's a pretty good song by Fabulous too. Situationships. Soul Tape 2 or 3. 2.
This
What y'all got on? What y'all got on situationships, y'all?
It's so open ended, man. That's another.
I think it's all about timing. Like some people are certain situations that I guess let's call them situationships. Certain situations turn to a level of relationships that, you know, both parties can't fully commit to because whatever reason. So there are times where it is suitable. Now, it is your choice if you want to ride it out for however long, you want to upgrade, downgrade, add to, whatever. But yeah, I think there's places for it. And
Yeah.
it's just, you know, the times we in, you kind of got to adapt to it because everybody is at everybody's disposal. So, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely more common in like free flowing in situationships because you don't really have to commit. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same time, like, because you know, people will like you could say that you're single, but if you were to say that you're single, it'll be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
It's like that hidden language, man.
Yeah.
It's all a game.
Isn't it essentially what well, nah, I was about to say that, but that's not true. I was about to say, isn't the same thing like, you know, that whole like, oh, you and her talk or shit like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
remember that back in the day?
You talk to her.
That could
that could be a broad spectrum.
Right. That
but
could
you
be
know
a
I'm dealing with
situationship.
it.
Yeah.
So basically, situationships is basically doing relationship shit with no responsibility over the other person, pretty much.
Yeah, or just the title for real.
Or no commitment, no
situation.
responsibility. It's just, but y'all do relationship shit.
You do relationship
like,
shit.
so you broke up with a person.
Yeah, the feelings are there, all that shit, but
yeah. You could break up with a person, then they get with somebody, and then y'all still have that connection, and then it's just some side shit or whatever. Situationships. It's like a situation, whatever your situation is. Whatever makes your situation comfortable.
That sounds like that's probably the more ideal relationship nowadays than even just being in a committed one. Like, am I off on that? Like, does that seem like the ideal relationship for people, and especially in the social media era with so many options? You know, you got dating apps, all that other shit. Like, you know, don't most people want to? I would assume most people would want to keep their options open in this time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, this era. So.
I feel like that's the problem.
Probably is the most ideal. I mean, I know what you're saying, Phil, but I feel like the average person would probably prefer a situationship than an actual real relationship in this modern era. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say everybody. Some people are more mature, and some people kind of vibe with certain people more, and they just, you know, the timing. I think it's about timing for real. Like, you and the person both gotta be on the same level at the same time. Otherwise, it won't work. Because even though you probably, you know, mess with somebody and time pass and you pass that, you're like, you know what? They probably was better fit for me, or, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't ready at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it has a lot to do with timing and maturity.
But do you think some people are like serial situationship? Like, they go from situationship to situationship?
Yeah. Or even relationships. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna say. It creates that gray area. It's like, so like, what is the end goal? Like, what do you say if you're always in a situation?
Some people just need some people to attach to.
Yeah. That's why but you know what I mean? Like, you don't never I don't want to say you can't think for yourself, but it's like you just always have a situation. You're just never alone. You just never like on your own path. You never kind of figure out like, your own direction with that shit. That's kind of what I meant. Yeah, man. But it's definitely common. It's definitely a wave.
Like I said, y'all been in situationships?
I think everybody has.
Yes.
Everybody has a situation here or there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what I mean. I feel like them situationships make you realize what you want, though. It's like, all right, I don't even want to deal with that shit. Right. For the next time, I'll need this.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like,
so it's basically like a probationary period type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think it is. That's why I said gray area. I feel you. Yeah.
30-day trial.
Really trying to figure it out.
Shit. Some of them joints last for years. Shit.
Yeah, situationship.
Yeah,
they do.
Some niggas' parents was just pure situationships. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know.
It'd be 20 years situationship. You know what I'm saying? 30 years situationship.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's if you agree with that, then that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's on you. Because there's somebody out there, believe it or not, that's going to, you know, do all that shit you want. And that's why you should have a lot of situations. It's like,
that's both sides of that shit.
Nah, it's true though. It's actually true though. I mean, you should have situationships that lead to relationships, or that could lead to relationships. I mean, at the same time, that help you, like y'all was saying, build your experience, build your wherewithal, and also build your knowledge base on like what you can expect from the opposite sex, or what you can expect, or what you should expect, or what what is out there on the
Right.
opposite spectrum. Because I mean, growing up, we've all had our own thoughts and our own wishes our entire lives. So to actually be in a situationship or a relationship with somebody else, and you hear, you know what I'm saying, like what what somebody else is looking for is always, I mean, or it could be beneficial to you. So yeah,
Or even-
situationships
or even like what you want, like in a relationship, is that like, you know, like if, you know what I'm saying, like if
that's definitely important.
yeah, you got to kind of measure that up against, you know, other things sometimes.
as long as you don't fuck up your situationship or trying to do some extra situationships.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a, you know, that's
That's what I mean. You might be having to do a lot to keep up with that situation too. I ain't got time for that shit. Just to keep the situation. Because sometimes people want more than that situation. You ever think about that? Like yo, she gonna want more than that shit. You know what I mean? It's always
do.
like you said, the timing. Yeah, it's always,
even if they say they don't
small.
like. Yeah, even if they say
I
that
don't
they
care
cool
what
with
they
it.
say.
If they cool where the situation is, they probably always want more.
The window is small. Yeah, it's limited.
Or maybe they don't. Or maybe they don't. I don't know.
I'm speaking from my experience. No, that shit don't. Because the situation provides more shit than you thought was gonna happen. That's what I mean. That's a situation.
Yeah.
She thought she wasn't gonna fuck with it, and all of a sudden, man, now we got a situation.
The situation has to get situated.
Right. Number a little bit of straightening.
Yeah.
Straightening situation. But yeah, man, it's real.
As long as it's a healthy situation, not a toxic situation.
Mm-hmm.
But they can turn real quick. They can turn real quick.
Even the toxic situations could be beneficial though, because it helps you understand and learn what not to look for, what red flags is for you and what red flags is not for you in your relationship.
Very true. As long as you heal and don't carry over that trauma from your last shit, if you address it, don't keep carrying that over now. It'll be good. Now that's a good situation.
So,
you handle your trauma, girl? You good? Oh, you healed? Yeah. That's what you need.
Or sometimes maybe a situation gotta come all the way back around for we both to get situated.
That's a
situation. Right?
You say that all day tomorrow. Hey, what's the situation, man? What's the situation?
All right, so let's finish off with on a higher note. Let's talk a little bit about faith. How important is faith? We kind of previewed this in our last episode of Overtime, but how important is faith? That grounding.
Yeah, I think faith is everything, man. I think faith is that's the reason why you get up in the morning, bro. That's the reason why you strive, like just your even if you have any ambitions, any goals, like just the faith that it could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's enough to just drive you to try to make an attempt. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have no faith, it's like what's even the point of living? You know what I'm saying? Like explain that to me.
That's what I mean. It's empty.
I don't know how you live with no faith. The two don't go together to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it even when I think about faith, it's just having a belief in what you can't see. You know what I mean? The energy that's behind. It could be the work you putting in, the spirit that you carry, your thoughts and stuff. It's just having that belief behind it. So I think that's important. If you don't believe in shit, have no goals, like I think that's a problem when people don't have it. So man, faith is definitely probably one of the most important. Because I also think it challenges you to think beyond this shit. You know what I mean? Have a better understanding of what's going on. Like just like faith. You got to know.
Just overall confidence too. Just confidence within itself. Faith to give you
man.
Yeah, that'll just get.
That's why I love sports too.
Yeah,
like sports is big with that whole faith shit, man. Like sometimes they the only ones that believe they could do that shit, and then breaking through and like being able to like that's like even having faith proves stuff to yourself. Like even in those situations, you know what I mean? You like it levels you up. I think faith is like, faith is important, man. If you don't have that shit, I don't even know how I'd be living without faith for real.
Facts.
Yeah.
Fact. Yeah.
And
like not only because I mean the faith.
Now you go ahead.
This has been fact checked by the Flight Room podcast.
I mean, I would say having faith in God, though, you know what I'm saying? I think just that gives you confidence. Like, you know, people say I have self-confidence, but when you feel like within your soul, you know what I'm saying, that God got your back, like that even gives you more confidence than, you know, something that you can even build within yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because you believe that there's a higher power that has your best interest in mind, and that could push you further than anything, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I was going to say, though.
Oh, no, I think that's really important.
Especially when you at your Yeah, I was just gonna say, especially when you at your lowest, like when you at your lowest and you're in the deepest of holes that you've ever been in, that you ever could imagine yourself in. What will bring you out? It's not only like, of course, you have to put in the work and you have to put in the effort, but the main thing, or one of the biggest things, is also knowing that you have the faith that somebody or something on the outside is there, extending the arm, extending the olive branch, extending something to help you out, and that you have some type of like faith or grace or wherewithal to make it through. So you damn sure got to have faith. Without faith, man, I think without faith, like you said, man, like I don't know if it. I would say it's dead, like life is dead, but I don't know. Like
I agree. I agree. Cause like faith is that stimulant, man. That shit, that's what like stimulates you. Just like you said, you can be down to your last, have nothing else. All you got is faith that you're gonna make it through this night, bro. You're gonna have faith you're gonna get it together the next day. Keep that momentum going. It's the faith that like is the foundation for that shit. So it's like, man, you would be dead without that, like trying to rebuild yourself. Like it's like the key to everything: motivation, all that stuff. You got to have faith, believe in yourself behind it. So, it's critical, man. If you don't have that shit, you are lost, though. Like, you are lost. I'm looking at you sideways.
The faith that you're going to be able to bounce back. And the faith that you're going to be able to bounce back from anything, yo. Like, walking into it, like, even if you think about it, like, the daily faith that you have to have, like, walking into job interviews, walking into fucking your normal job, but damn sure walking into a job interview, like, you're having a conversation with somebody else and you're pitching yourself to somebody else about an opportunity or whatever that. And so you gotta damn sure have the faith, like that what I'm saying is going to be perceived the right way, or what I'm saying, or that this is the correct opportunity for me. And then the same way we were just talking about damn sure relationships and marriage and divorce parties and everything like that. This all come full circle too, because it's like I have to have the faith that the person that I'm picking is the person that is truly meant for me, or the person that was truly meant for me, and everything like that, and that this is going to work out. Like, because if I don't have the faith in that, then. So faith is damn sure grounded in everything that, you know what I'm saying, that I do. And
it is.
It's a thing that you got to do.
It's a foundation.
What's that quote about, like, the bird sitting in the tree? It's like bird sitting in the tree is never worried about, like, the branch breaking because its faith is, like, in its wings. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I mean, I would even say just when you're driving down, if you're driving down the fucking two-way road, you know what I'm saying, you got to have a level of faith.
That's a lot of faith.
Because nigga, every fucking car passes you.
I be thinking about that all the time.
Yeah, all it takes is one fucking motherfucker to take they off the road and boom, head on collision. But even you have faith that ain't nothing gonna happen. Every day you step out your house, like, and that's the thing about faith. Like, we all know we're all mortal. We're all mortal beings. We could be gone any day, but even though we know that don't mean we just gonna be all like hopeless, like, we all gonna die anyway, fuck it, like, you know what I'm saying, you still have a reason to strive, like, even though we know we can go at any moment, we're still, but we might not, so I might as well go hard, you know what I'm saying, because I might live to 100. Why not like live like I'm going to live to 100? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that all plays a part, man. I think that all, and then I also say with faith, man, I think sometimes if you reflect on your life and you look at certain tough situations you was in, and it somehow, worked out in your favor. Like, I look at that as a sign that you can use that to strengthen your faith. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we've all been in situations where our back was against the wall and you be like, how the fuck did I get myself out of this situation? I look at that as faith. You know what I'm saying? If you just keep those memories in your back pocket, You know what I'm saying? Like just little things like that are just is a reminder. Like that there's a higher power who has my best interest in mind. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, even experiencing something with somebody else and like you having to have the faith to get through that shit. And then you like, so after you go through a situation with somebody, say y'all both needed faith to complete a mission. Now you have faith in this person that you could trust them to do a mission or something like that, or like to have another experience. You know what I mean? Like you build faith like with that too. You might already have faith in that person or whatever too, but it's just an experience, you know, that adds on. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like you wouldn't do a lot of shit with like people. I'm talking about collaborations, whatever it is. If you didn't have faith that shit was going to be good at the other end of the spectrum. So that too, like I'm saying, man, faith is a range of shit. Very bro. But you need it. I feel like if you don't have that, bro, I don't even know how you can operate. I really don't.
Do you think you
like, even when you know somebody gonna not come through, you have faith they not gonna come through.
True. I was gonna ask that.
Know.
I was gonna ask that. Do you think you can put too much faith in something or somebody?
Yeah. I think putting too much faith in people can always be a disappointment, but you can't lose putting faith in God, though. You know what I'm saying? But putting faith in people, definitely you can put too much to the point where it affects you and it pulls you down. You know what I'm saying? And your overall outlook on God might change just the fact that a man disappointed you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think I think you should never put too much faith in another person. You know what I'm saying?
But you still should go into it. Yeah, no, go ahead, Al. Go ahead, Al. My bad.
No, I was just gonna say I think the same way Marcus is saying. I think people put a lot of faith on pastors and ministers and different things of that nature, and that's what causes like the backlash. Yeah, and that's what causes like the backlash in the church because people put so much emphasis on a person as opposed to actually the teachers and everything. That was
a great point because sometimes if the pastor disappoints you. You know what I'm saying? Now you lost faith. You don't even want to go to church no more. You like, I don't want to read the Bible. I don't want to read the Bible because the pastor was out here messing with people's wives, and you know what I'm saying? It's like,
right, because you put your faith in them.
So now you lost your faith in God because the pastor. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on though. Even with your faith though, you have to go into it with the intention to like, do good, be positive, and not expect anything out the other end of that shit too. So for somebody to be upset with the pastor and all that, you're supposed to be really receiving the word and building that shit off yourself. You know what I mean? Like, the practices is behind the scenes, not always why you at church. So it's almost like you have to have an understanding of that too before you give your faith to something. Just so you don't feel all depressed and everything else when you give your energy to that and it doesn't pan out the way you want to. You have to have an understanding before you like go into it. You know what I mean? That makes sense?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was brought to my attention. I asked this question, and our discussion about being like a skeptic. You know what I'm saying? Or if you question one side of the other, but as long as you have like that faith, like it's always going to straighten you. That's like your North Star.
Yeah,
that faith. Yeah.
I got something funny to talk about the North Star too. After the flat Earth episode, everything we had, I just some research.
Yeah,
that's crazy too.
Yeah,
but yeah. All right, so let's finish out with all of us are big hip hop fans. Hip hop has a large influence on our life. Can y'all recant the first moment where it was like, bing, this is my shit? You first fell in love with hip hop when I heard what?
Nas Street Dreams. And this is what's so crazy. So I got the Nas.
You was like in high school, right?
Nah, I was before that. That's how far that go back. Before that, it might be 8th grade. I don't even know. But it was. That's how bad. I don't even know. It was a minute.
Like 96.
This how bad it was. My cousin bought me the CD, and he bought the wrong one because he didn't have the parental advisory sticker on there.
Mm-hmm.
So like all the cussing and shit was off of there. So we had to plug in the words. Yeah, I know. But so when I heard the actual like version with the cussing and shit on it, blew my fucking mind.
Okay.
Yeah, but the first like real, it was Street Dreams, that Nas one. Street Dreams are made of these. And I didn't even know what Beamers was, like cars, like all that type of like just
that beat go hard still
swag.
to this day.
Dog, that's like one of my hip hop like gems. That's one of the first ones I ever heard, and I was like, damn.
I don't know. I don't know.
Dog, I don't know.
That don't sound like Premier. That don't sound like him at all. Not that sound.
But that joint, that's like my gem. That's what
I'm gonna tell you. Well, my joint. Well, when I was a kid, my mom. The first music video I ever remember seeing was the Humpty Dance. I just remember like, and what's his name? He used to look like a clown. So as a kid, that shit just attracts you. He had the big eyes. He had the afro. He had the little fake nose and shit. So that shit drew me in. But I wouldn't say that was the moment I fell in love with it. I remember my mom said I used to sing Kumo D Wild Wild West. She said I used to like just walk around the house singing the Wild Wild West. So that was a joint, but I'll say the moment I fell in love with the that makes sense. The moment I fell in love with it was probably during that era. It was probably like 92, 93 when Tribe Called Quest had that song called World Tour. You know what song I'm talking about?
I'm on a world tour.
Yeah, my man. That was my mom. That was my mom's shit. That was my mom's song. So just because it was her song, and like I took a liking to it. Yeah. So that was probably the moment. And then I'll just say, just in general, that whole West Coast era when like Snoop came out with the Snoop Doggy Dogg joint. He was on top of the roof with the little donut on it, and they had the gin and juice. That era was probably when I was
braided up outside.
Yeah, I think that era was when I would say I started actually like paying attention, like how they walk, how they talk, how they dress, like probably around that Snoop Dogg West Coast era, like when he first came out, Deep Cover. All that shit around that era. So probably say around that time period.
That's a good era.
All right, so I got when I was first introduced, or when I first remember being introduced, and then I got when I first fell in love. And the first was introduced, and I think is MC Hammer. I have a fucking older brother, so MC Hammer. We used to be in the basement doing the Too Legit shit. So Too Legit to Quit all throughout the house. And then the Addams Family, like we used to have that VCR.
I remember that.
That tape on or repeat all throughout the house. So that was like when I was introduced and shit. And then I think
remember they had like a little hand symbol.
I fell in love with hip hop.
Too legit. Like
they had shirts like that too.
Yeah.
Hey, you seen that muscle memory though, right? You seen that? You did that shit like it was nothing.
You know it. So then, and then when I fell in love later, is I probably go Timberland and Magoo. Up Jumps the Boogie, shit. And then around that same time, Up Jumps the Boogie, and
that was middle school.
Mason Bad Boy, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, all that good stuff. So
that was a good era. That was a good era.
Yeah.
That was a good era.
Mason had a great run too. He had a great run.
Like I always remember like rap and like just like music in general, like in the background, especially like on the way to school or pre-K or summer camp and on the way back or like on the buses and shit like that. I always remember it. But I think like the most like memorable moment, like I wake in the moment, it was probably like when I was like at Crystal Palace and like Thuggish Ruggish Bone came on. And like that little
I was wondering somebody was say that.
Yeah.
That was about 93, 94. Yeah. Doing that same era.
And I was like a kid, skating and stuff. And like when that shit came on, like people were like, yeah. I remember that shit vividly. Like vividly, I remember that.
Hey, funny story, because you just talked about whatever. We talking about first introduced. Oh. How about I remember when I got I remember elementary school, it was like a field trip or something. And I remember I missed the bus, and I had my mom take me, and she like followed the bus. This is so weird. She followed the bus all the way to the field trip place, and the entire way to the field trip, I'm singing "I Missed the Bus" the entire way because that was like the growing song.
Chris Cross, that might have been part of it too, though, because when Jump came out, I was probably like kindergarten, first grade, and them niggas was everything back then. They was everything back then. They was.
I definitely wore the jeans backwards and shit.
They even had, I think they was even debuting their videos on Nickelodeon, I think, back then. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And it was like, it was the first youngins like doing that shit too. I
Then they had like a McDonald's commercial.
Yeah,
Bro, they had
They
everything.
was a
Then they have
big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a shit with Michael Jordan. Then they have the Michael. They were in like, what were they in the Jam video or something?
Yeah, I think they were in the Jam video.
Space
Michael
Jam.
Jackson. No, I think they were in the Jam.
Yeah, Michael
video with
Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
They did something with Michael Jordan. They were everywhere, man. They were wavy. That was like the first like rap duo. I don't even know how old they were when they was getting it.
They was young as shit.
Jermaine Dupri again.
Rest in peace to one of the Chris's.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely R.I.P.
Yeah. At that point in time, those music videos, that's when all the stars was like in all the music videos. Everybody from, like the different videos. So like the MC Hammer had, I watched. Yeah, MC Hammer. I watched that video not too long ago. They had fucking James Brown, Deion Sanders, like Samuel L. Jackson and Danny Glover and a whole bunch of other shit. And then you also think about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had the gamut of people who used to be in his videos. He had Eddie Murphy, he had Irvin Magic Johnson.
I watch because I always like watch. I watch
Naomi Campbell.
Yes.
Yep.
I always like watch like old school movies with Kaden. Like anytime, like we watch movies, but we watch Meteor Man today.
Oh my God, that's like the
people,
first black superhero.
You know how many people was in Meteor Man? I was like, damn. It's like, James Earl Jones.
What was that, like 90?
Eddie,
that was like 1990.
Probably.
It might have been. It might have been.
Don Cheadle, Bill Cosby.
I definitely remember watching that shit on VHS. So that shit was.
Me too, man. I used to have that. Yep.
Robert Townsend.
Robert Gibbons.
They need to do that movie over again because that shit was creative as hell, young. That was
man. It was,
and it was in DC. And he wore like Howard University and
all that shit, man.
Where are these movies at, man? We need more of them type of things.
Exactly. Like you can see like with Martin, Old Fresh Prince, like Living Single, all them joints had like just a little HBCU shit. They had the Malcolm X joints. They had a lot of stuff. They was on it. That's what I mean. Like back in the day, they had the messages out there.
Biz Markie was in it. Sinbad. It was a lot of people in that movie. I was like,
and that's how the black movie used to be.
Every 3 minutes, I'm like, look. You like who?
Nope. Who's that? Yeah, nah, that's what's up though.
Movie. That was a good ass movie.
The wildest part in that jump, I forgot this shit was in it. Big Daddy Kane was in that jump, but when they like busting like the cocaine house and everybody was in their drawers and he just like Superman like blew all the cocaine up and then like Big Daddy Kane was like, "What's going on in here?" And everybody just smack and it got cocaine on their face. They just bust out laughing. I was like, "This shit is wild as hell." Everybody was just smack. Like.
I know. Go back and watch some of them movies.
That scene when the meteor like went inside his body.
That shit was wild.
That shit was like, I was like, this is kind of gruesome. Yeah.
They spent like their whole budget on that one part, and everything else was shitty as shit.
Yep.
But yeah. What?
Yeah, nah, you did.
Who?
You did.
Run it back.
Oh, somebody got.
Oh man.
Oh, that was bad.
If only y'all could see this chat sometimes, but y'all would never. But one thing y'all can't see though is us each and every Wednesday, 9:30, sometimes 9:45 p.m. on YouTube, Flight Room TV. We're on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. I just posted one video on there. But yeah, catch us everywhere. Be interactive like Lisa was earlier today with the whole diverse parties and shit. Yeah. But yes, the Flight Room Podcast carries on over to overtime. And check out the best of videos, check out all the other playlists, and check out our fifth quarter podcast. We're gonna be having those Stone Cold Locks of the Week coming up pretty soon. Make sure you get some cash. One of y'all betting websites need to come holler at us because we be batting for like 67%. It's pretty good. 67% is pretty good.
More than half.
Yeah. You gotta lock in with us. All right, y'all. Peace out.
All right, peace, y'all.
All right, Joe.
Yep.